Emilio Sandoval, go ahead, state your name, rank, and serial number. No.
Serial number. Emilio Sandoval, uh, retired Master Sergeant, 1995, in U.S. Air Force.
What was your AFSC?
I worked in the logistics management, which was supply to anything that the government needed.
So what brought you in the Air Force?
I wanted an education and I wanted to travel and do that. I was going to protect the country because being from Texas, that I heard with Vietnam and Korean War and things like that that had happened. And I was here because from the defendants that were already there before me.
How'd you find your way into the range? 40.
Uh, I would guess about 8 years when I was in the military Air Force. I had already worked with the F-111E and thinking that I got to a spot where I didn't know where I was going to do at 8 years. I was a staff sergeant and I thought I was going to work with nuclear weapons, and that was my thought. And it truly, I was in the range where it's more TTR, Tonopah test range.
How'd you get picked?
I do not know.
When'd you find out?
In probably 1986. I got here in 1987.
What squadron were you assigned to?
I was assigned to 44th, 77th with the Red Eagles, and I'll never forget it.
What'd you think when you first got up on range?
I had to spend about 1 month in Nellis Air Force Base. They was doing a background investigation, and it was a casual where I was there, and it took from February to March. I got there in April of 1987.
What history were you told about it?
Really, I didn't know about it. It was, I wanted to work and I wanted to protect the country, and what I did, that was my third thing that I wanted to do, and I didn't know about it.
Did you ever know any about radiation there? Or
I do not. I do not. And I figured at that age, I was 29, 30. Now I'm 63, and you kind of figured out. I learned a lot afterwards, but at that time, no.
how long were you on site?
I was there in Tonopah Test Range from 1987 to 1993.
Did you ever go to the doctor there?
I went to the doctor, and when I had a sprain or I was having difficulty breathing, I had headaches, and they called the Tonopah flu. You know, at that time where you had the nostrils and things like that. But yeah, there was a doctor, and mostly saw it during the day.
What did he say?
He basically gave me antibiotics, things like that, and when I got it, it was it was prescription, but he didn't know what was in there, and it was for me, so it was my kind of data mask where here and take it.
When you got out of the Air Force, did you get a copy of your service treatment records?
I would say from Tonopah, no.
But you got records from
Yes.
all other locations.
Yeah, from other locations, yeah. I was able to get that. It took me about 2 years to get it because I had disability for the VA.
So your medical records from the time at Tonopah, you did not get.
No.
At what point did you start realizing there was something wrong?
After I had sinus problems, I retired in 1995. In 1998, blood would come out from the nostrils, I had a hard time to sleep. I had sleep apnea. I PTSD, whatever. I could not think right. Um, my vision was not the same, and I was getting more immune sick. I would say 1998 and 1999, I got migraine, and it continued at that time until 2014.
Talk about the very first time you got diagnosed with brain cancer.
Uh, I was told that I would not make it. I had TRICARE at that time, and I went to Nellis Air Force Base, and they told me that I had a big tumor. Didn't know why, and I asked what caused that. They didn't know, and trying to find out that some of the radiation that I got with, because I knew that when we bombed in Japan, after that, I would say 5 years, 10 years, people were getting what I had. It's called meningioma tumor, and it is non-cancerous, but I lost my voice. I've had stomach problems. It is cancer. And in 2014, I thought it was my last time that they told me you're going to be quadriplegic, or you might as well take the other route, which was death. I didn't want to be with my family that nobody wanted to feed me. I didn't want that. And I just chose to death in 2014.
And instead of going home, where did you go?
I left my family thinking I was gonna not to. I left my family because I didn't think I was gonna. It's very hard when you face death in front of you and nobody wants to help you, and not even including the VA. And I went to Houston to die. I took a bag. I took a bus, a Greyhound bus, and it was just a matter of time in 2014, Mark.
And when you went to Texas, it was your parents you went to see.
I went to go see my parents, and my uncle is a doctor and said, they call me Junior because of my dad, that he's not going to make it. And I had lost faith, I had lost everything, and it wasn't my time. At, I would say about 50 years old.
Then a wise doctor had a conversation with you.
The doctor that told me that we don't operate on anything where people are going to die, and told me that you are going to die because you are dying. And it changed my mind that said, we might help you at MD Anderson Cancer Center in University of Texas in Houston, and said, if you have your superhuman inside, you want to faith that you're going to make it, but we are not going to operate you right now because we don't do operations like that. We want people that will survive and think that whatever it takes, they gave me 2 weeks, whatever it takes, you need to believe you're not going to die. How? How, Mark? I wasn't very much religious. I have a Indian, also Hispanic, that there's something that we can do, whether it's cancer or whether it has, that you need to take that vision. And I'm Catholic. I went to a Baptist church in Southern Baptist Church in Houston, and they grabbed me and pushed everything in me, and they were crying, and I really thought maybe I can do it. And it took me 2 weeks, and I came back, and I was ready to play a guitar while they were operating me, and it worked. And when my doctor told me, when you are waking up, my name is Amy, and when you wake up and you're gonna be under anesthesia, I want you to remember my name. And everything was well. And the doctor said, I didn't remember, I didn't know anything, who I was. This is death, and it's not gonna make it. And I remembered, do you know me? Push me, and blood was coming out. And I really tried, and I couldn't talk. Once you get that, you're done. And the doctor started crying and said, my name, what is my name? She knew, Emilio. My name is Emilio. I didn't know who I was. And the doctor said, you've got to do something. And I was trying, and the doctor started crying and had all the blood from the operation. And I looked at her and I said, I remember, but how do I say Amy? I couldn't do it. How do I say Amy? And I was pushing so hard. I was grab her. My dad was there, and I didn't know who my dad was because what is happening, it was different. And Amy looked at me, and Amy said, what is my name? What is my name? And I said, so hard to try the word that was in it. Hey! And she goes, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. And then right away, therapy, because I couldn't talk. And that was the first time. Am I going to be by myself, quadriplegic? Am I going to feed? And it took about 6 months. And now I can speak, and now I can eat, and it works. But it was bad, and I'll never forget it.
So then every 6 months you have to go in and get checked up. But these medical bills are being paid by you and by your family. Go ahead and talk about that.
Mark, there's something that when my dad found out that I was in MD Anderson trying to wake up, my dad was retired. My dad sold a truck and he got $20,000. My dad was retired and they only had one transportation, sold a truck. He comes back over here at MD Anderson, Houston. This is in 2014. And son, you're not going to die. I know. He goes, here's $20,000. My mom and dad, I said, I love you. But where did you get the money? He sold the only truck that he had. And they're retired. They're still there in Texas. And why did you do that? When you're a mother and father and your son or your daughter, you do whatever you have to. And I got to live with that. What I'm looking at right now is I owe people just to be alive. You know, I can tell you that this is something that I use to get from the tumor. The tumor was so big, they use this technology. I had to pay for some of this. We're looking at $1 million just to be alive. And I know that some people have had the same thing, but they don't know how to treat it. And God bless whomever. I know that Jerry Fields, I know that people that have been there, my boss had already died, Dyke Bennett. There's so much death. And I hope people right now, Mark, and I might die because every 6 months, if it's come back, and it did, in 2018, it came back, and they got me again. I don't know when it's going to happen, Mark, but I live every 6 months, and I cannot ignore it. Do I cry? I'm crying because I'm happy, but I cry about what's happening to my family and what's happening to people that have done fund me to be alive. It takes a lot. Is it my world? I don't know, Mark.
Did the VA pay for any of that?
I did with the VA, and it was denied. It's still denied.
What do you have to say about all those other guys who are suffering in the same situation?
I think that everybody has done the same place, that they know they're going to die. Sometimes they don't know why. Sometimes we don't take the blood work that, or symptoms that they'll find out. I mean, my stomach is cut right now. I've lost my toes. Things that happen. Nobody has taught us while we were there that you need to be checked up, just like the contractors that have already been compensated. Why? Why are we were not included? And Bill Clinton in 1995, 96 put a bill. Why are we not included? I know he said it was secret and secrets to keep secrets, but why? What is the difference between me and a contractor or somebody else that does to protect the freedom, to protect anybody terrorists or any? That's what I did. I fill out a check, open, and look, I got zero. Where is the justice? That is crime. It is crime. I think crime until I die. I'll cry. And God bless person that I work with are dead, and I know that it's remarkable. Every 2 or 3 months somebody dies.
You have 3 dogs and how many cats?
I got 4 boxers. It keeps me to not worry about what happened, and 2 chihuahuas, and that's all I have. And my wife, my son had a tumor, took it out. He works with United Airlines, and some of it that I think offsprings is part of it there. He should not have a tumor at 22 years old. My son, my daughter is, she wanted to do something else, to do another career, and she found out that my dad needs help, and she became a nurse. And right now she's working with the licensed nurse practice, because it affects the whole family. And my wife says, I took care of you, your mortgage was behind, your car was behind, everything. She goes, I did so much for you. And one of the things that we have, the family takes care of us, and not thinking that can happen. But my wife gets disappointed too because there's no compensation that what we owe. I have an air conditioner right now. It costs me $25,000. We need air. I finance all that. Things that we need. Compensation is for us because it has been with the government in 1995 as a bill.
I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry.
The most I remembered is that I took the faith that I will obey the officers. I will, it needed to be done, whether it's time of Cold War, being in the war, or being in stateside. I raised my hand, and I will do that. Right now, I have an American flag right now. And anything happens, it on the ground, I'm gonna take care of it. I would do my flag again. Tell me there was radiation. Tell me it's gonna be cleaned up. Tell me. Take care of the U.S. government. Like there were Navy there were Marines there, maybe Army and Air Force contractors. Why are we? What did we do to deserve what the pain had already happened to not me, the people that are already dead? Don't know why, because you related it would be radiation. There was radiation. I was with you, Mark. We took water from, we were working out, we were lifting weights, and we took the water with the food that we ate, and now I learned it was contaminated. I feel sorry, but I don't want to cry because maybe I'm my spokesman that I can talk about what happened, and a lot of people have died. They talked to brothers, they talked to sons and daughters. Why my dad died? Why my mother died? I'm still here, and I don't want that to happen, and it is happening. God bless America.
In closing, what do you want to say?
Many times we hear the sorrow that happens, many times hear that people are happy, and many times that you will not have any of that situation. Those are the people that are dead. Take what I did in the government, take the people that are already dead, take the people that are here, and take care of the whole family, because it's just not involved one family. Whoever, if there's a congressman, is there a VA administration, whatever, think about your sons, think about your daughters. You would never, ever, ever, you would do everything to your family. I am your family. Why? We have to go through this. Not just in 87, this is 2024. How long has it been? Take care of the family that I put my arm to take care of the people that are here, and realize it could be death. And right now, God forbid how long we would live. The average age that people are there that die is 65 years old. I'm 63. Cry will not help. Maybe a compensation to take care and before I leave. Amen.